What's up, YouTube? We are back with another video. My name is Brandon, and it's been quite a while since our last upload. So in order to kind of reintroduce our YouTube channel here, which provides productivity hacks, free tools, things like that solve everyday productivity needs, we are going to be relaunching one of our more popular tools that we launched a couple years ago at this point, the Folder Duplicator. And that allows you to copy folders within Google Drive, because for whatever reason Google just refuses to allow that feature, and so we are kind of left to our own devices to figure out how to do that, or do it manually in worst case scenario. But what we've done is we've built a couple new features into this tool, and so I want to spend the rest of this video walking through how to set it up, as well as how to use those new features so that you get even more value from the tool. So just as a quick reminder of how the tool works, what we do is we go to a folder we want to duplicate. We right click on it, get the copy, the link, the share link. We paste that over in our folder to copy column. We give that new folder a name. We'll call this client 1. And then we simply run the duplication process by going to Duplicator in the menu and then selecting duplicate folders. And then as this process runs, it might take a few minutes if you have a larger folder or if you have a lot of nested folders, but you can spend your time doing other things, making some coffee, whatever you want to do. While this process runs, it'll duplicate everything in that folder for you. And you can also list multiple folders here so that you can do a bulk duplication job as well. But we can see that our folder has been successfully copied. We'll go to our test folder and we can see our client 1 has been copied from our client template. So with that being said, we'll dive right into the setup process. Okay, so now we are in the document that you will get direct access to. I will provide a link in the description below where it'll take you directly to this page, so you'll see exactly what I'm seeing, which is a view-only version of this document. So the first thing that we need to do is copy this document to our own drive so that we can run it in our own environment. So we'll click File, make a copy, and then there's going to be a prompt that there's a script associated with it. That's how the application runs. If you want to check it out, you can simply just click that link and it'll take you to the code so you can make sure that everything is above board. And if you ever see this on any other document that you're copying, I'd always recommend just checking that out. Anyways, I wrote this so I know that we're good to go, so I'm going to go ahead and click Make a Copy. And then this might take a few seconds to load fully. But once it does load fully, you'll notice right next to Help here on the right-hand side, there will be a new option that populates called Duplicator, and we need to just take one more step in order for this process or this application to run properly. So I'm going to go to our next tab here, and then so since our menu option has loaded, I'm going to select that option. I'm going to open the sidebar here as the first step. You can click either of the two. It doesn't really matter. And then we'll be prompted here with our authorization that is required for everything to run within our Google Drive as well as the spreadsheet. So let's click OK, click on our account, click Continue, select all permissions so that nothing breaks, and then click Continue again. And now we're good to go. And so that script will actually, if you choose the open sidebar menu option, then that will open up here on the right-hand side, which is part of the new features that we've added to make everything a little bit more transparent as far as to like what's happening to every folder behind the scenes, I guess. So as far as like the steps that the application is taking to duplicate folders. So we'll test that out right now by copying our project template. So let's go ahead and go to Share, copy link, paste this over here in our folder to copy, and we'll just call this project 1. And then let's make a few copies just so we can demonstrate the bulk duplication capabilities. And then, so as far as what we need to duplicate, that's pretty much all we need. So we're just copying our template a few times for various projects, giving it a new name. We're good to go. So I'm going to go over here on to the sidebar and click on the Duplicate Folders button here, which we'll start running an activity log to show us what's happening, again, behind the scenes as far as the steps that it's taking, and if any errors happen or things of that nature, we will get nice notifications, but we can see where it's finding folders, where it's putting folders, so it's a little bit nicer of an experience as opposed to just kind of blindly duplicating folders and then getting a modal at the end of the process saying whether or not it was successful. So this is a little bit more detailed as far as the information we get back. With that, the other things to note here are that we want to keep our column A here empty, because that's what the application is going to use to determine whether a folder has been copied already or not. So that is an important thing to point out as well. We did see that a success message has come across here, so 3 folders have been copied. Go to our test folder. We can see that our 3 project folders have been copied from our template here. The folders themselves are not super amazing. There's just a single file, single nested folder with the file in that, and all of those will be copied exactly as the template was structured. Now that we've run through the setup process as well as the standard kind of use case that we used to have for the folder duplicator when we initially launched it, there are a couple new features that I think would be helpful to run through to show that it is providing even more value now as a free tool. So the first is, if we go over to the right hand side, and if this isn't open, if you ran that original process through the duplicate folders, you'll want to open your sidebar. And we have 2 options up at the top here. So copy files and copy subfolders. And so copy files is simply going to say, are we going to copy the folder structure alone, or are we going to copy all the files within that folder structure as well? And so if I uncheck this, we'll use that same template that we previously copied, and this will be our folders only. Oh my gosh, I can't type. All right, so there we go. And then this is going to now just copy our structure, as I mentioned. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. And when this process is done, this will be much quicker too, because obviously we're not copying the content, so we're not transferring as much data over. So generally, no matter how large your folder structure is, if you're only copying the folders, it will be pretty quick. So that copied successfully. Let's go to our back to our test folder here. So our folders only. So we'll see that we only have our folder, our top level folder, as well as our nested folder, or any nested folders that are in there. And so that's a good way to just copy folder structures alone. The other feature that we've added here is the copy subfolders. And so if we want to only copy subfolders, or rather only copy top level folders and not copy any of the subfolders. So let's say we have a folder with a bunch of files that are kind of finished product, and then we have another folder that's work in process or archive or something like that. If we only want to copy the files that are at the top level, then we would choose, we would uncheck our copy subfolders and only copy that top level. So let's go ahead and copy our template down one more time, and this will be top level. And let's run that process. And once this is done running, we will get a new folder that is top level only, and it shouldn't take too long, just because again we're copying less data. As you can see, that process is done. Go over to our test folder, folders only, and top level. There we go. That's what we want. And we can see that our top level document, which is just one of them at this point, was successfully copied. And that's pretty much the gist of the entire new tool. So we have a new sidebar here with activity logging that will show you the step-by-step process that the application is taking behind the scenes. If you'd like to go ahead and support the channel, there is a paid version that allows you to choose destination folders, update or merge existing folders, as well as set sharing permissions, which is nice to have. But I thought as far as like the free tool goes, we wanted to add some additional functionality to make it even more valuable to you. So hopefully at least the free tool accomplishes what you need, because of the fact that, again, Google just refuses to hear our calls to allow this feature. Anyways, so I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see future videos just like this one, please like and subscribe, and we will be releasing more tools here in the near future. Thank you.